What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the Fight Club with it. We talking Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Co-main event, Makabu versus Badou Jack for the Cruiserweight WBC title of the world. And as always, before we jump into it, go down, like, and subscribe to the channel. It means the most to us. Comment your picks of this fight and talk your shit down there. And these are your hosts. I'm Paul. Pick and win them Concha, and I'm joined with
What's going on, boys? Prime time Marcus. You know what it is. Low key, I've been waiting for this fight, man. I know a lot of people be 50-50. They're like, all right, it might be a good fight. Or they're just like, man, this isn't part of boxing. But I low key excited for this. Not gonna lie.
I think this will be a fun little fight.
I think so.
Tommy Fury's first time at 8 rounds. There's just the beef between these two that's been building up. And we back in Saudi Arabia.
The money. That's where everyone's going lately, for the money, man. They got some magical pool of money over there. WWE going over there. UFC's going over there. Boxing's going over there. That shit's crazy.
Makes the world go round, baby.
Somehow.
What do you want to talk first? Do you want to sprinkle in the WBC Cruiserweight co-main first, or do you want to talk
Yeah, we might as well jump in that first.
So we got Makabu versus Badou Jack, Cruiserweight title, WBC title on the line right here. And Makabu's currently the holder. He retained it last fight. Who did he beat? Tabasco. I'm not sure. Like he's Tabiso Makanu. I don't know. He hasn't beat any notable. The Cruiserweight division is kind of a joke right now after Usyk's gone. So, I mean, it should be an exciting fight. The Badou Jack, that's Popeye, right? Or am I mistaken?
What do you mean? What is it?
It's Badou Jack. Is he the one that does the Popeye gimmick, or is that someone else? No, that's someone else.
No, I think that's someone else. Badou Jack, though, I don't know if you were watching it, bro, but he got the fattest. This is what I know. Fattest gash on his forehead I've seen in boxing. One of the worst cuts in boxing history on his forehead, bro. He probably still got the scar today, bro. His shit was split the fuck open, gushing blood. I'm sure if you Google it, that shit pops up so quick, bro. But I don't know, man. Badou Jack coming back. The boy's trying to get a belt. Could be an interesting fight. What's the first guy's name again? How do you pronounce it?
I believe it's Ilunga Makabu.
Makabu, okay. And the only thing I know about Makabu, honestly, is I know he's a tough dude. He represents that belt hard. Like he's always representing, but I think it might be a tough fight for real.
Well, I'm gonna give you how it stacks up. Makabu, 35 years old. Badou Jack's 39. 6 foot for Makabu, 6'1" Jack. 74-inch reach for Makabu, 73-inch reach for Jack. Both heavy-handed fighters. The odds are pretty split for this fight, but I'm looking at the Tapology votes. 72% is picking Makabu, 28% got the old man Jack to get the title here. What do you think? You going with the old man, or are you going with the current champion representing the Congo?
Man, honestly, I might go with Jack, man. I think he's going to try to make another run, and I think it's gonna be a tough test. So he's gonna have to go and get that belt. Like it ain't gonna just be like handed over. You know what I'm saying? That boy's gonna go and get that belt. It's gonna be a tough fight, but I think Jack is gonna get it, man.
I'm gonna go with Makabu. I'm gonna give it to the champion here. He didn't look too good, apparently. I didn't know that the people on Twitter are dragging his ass. Apparently, he won a split decision that a lot of people don't think he won, but that shit don't matter to me. I think the champion is just Jack's old. I didn't realize he's almost 40 years old. That's old.
Yeah,
he's up there in the big and heavy hitting classes, bro.
Boy, is an OG, man. but shit, bro. I mean, the one thing I do like, I like how this is the co-main event for this fight. I think this leads up to line.
What makes it interesting too is because we're gonna move to the main event, but if Jake Paul wins the main event against Tommy Fury, WBC said that they will rank that boy.
That's what I'm saying, brother. It's like it's lined up perfectly. You know what I'm saying? A little fucking fishiness going on with the WBC president, but fuck it. I forget his name.
Mauricio something. I know that motherfucker's name Mauricio.
Yeah, bro. I always be seeing people talking shit on this dude. The boy be doing.
He looks
something.
crooked in a motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. Only
Yeah.
thing I've seen
And
out of him so far, he's crooked.
WBC be always making those extra ass belts, like with the extra names, and they love to give out these belts to everybody. But shit, it is what it is. But I think this is setting it up perfectly. Maybe Jake Paul fights the winner of this fight. Obviously not now, but maybe down the road. Who knows? You never know.
Do you think Tommy Fury's really showing up? Is he making weight? Is he gonna be there? Because he wasn't at the press conferences the first day, all that shit. Jake Paul talked to shit. Tommy Fury did show up in Saudi Arabia, poked some shots towards Jake Paul and his team. They've been going kind of back and forth. Jake Paul revealing that Tommy Fury's gonna have a child, and around what time, which is kind of nuts. So like, it's getting real personal. It's been personal. These ain't
that boy Jake be on his ass, bro. I'll be like, damn, what's it? His girl's name is Molly or some shit.
Molly, yep. Said he's gonna knock Molly's girlfriend out or some shit and knock out the
Yeah, no, that boy Jake knows how to play the games, bro.
First thing their son's gonna see is his dad getting knocked out. I think that's what he also said. Jake Paul is a demon. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get into a verbal war with Jake Paul on Twitter and stuff. He has way too many followers, and he be quick with it. He be saying some
funny. Bro, that boy clever with it too, bro. He be having me dead on some of the shit he just be twirling about. But I mean, you say, do I think Tommy's gonna make weight?
Make weight, show up. There's gonna be no more extra.
I think he's gonna show up. I hope he makes weight. I mean, he looks in shape. So I mean, I feel like he is gonna make weight. I feel like this fight is gonna go on for finally after like the fourth time. But I think both boys will be. I think Jake. What I've been seeing of Jake, he looks in shape. I think both of them will be on point when it comes to weigh-ins, but shit, man, he's here finally. At least that's the best you can get out of him. The boy showed up, so we're gonna see.
And the whole clan's gonna be there. Tyson said, "Hey, if he doesn't knock out, you better fucking stay there."
The weigh-ins might be worth tuning in to watch, bro. If it's televised, or you know what I'm saying, if we could go and watch it, that shit might be funny.
Think it might get a little push and shoving, or you think John gets
in it? I think it might be more. It might be a lot between
think John gets in it?
Big John might get in that bed and start turning up, because Jake be getting mad, bro. He be ready to take off on Jake's ass. Where's Jake's dad at, bro? Jake needs to bring his dad at, like, special. Don't that's kind of so when John starts getting rowdy, you start seeing some 6'4" Ohio motherfucker. I was about to say, isn't Jake's dad kind of like big?
I mean, I'm looking at the boys he's grew from Ohio.
Yeah, man. I think they be calling his ass like JP or GP or some
let
shit.
JP take care of John.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. So fuck John. Fuck Tyson low-key fucks with Jake, and he knows he fucks with Jake. He probably knows Jake's gonna win. He just can't turn on the fam.
Well, did you see what John said? John Fury said Tommy's gonna knock him out. That is what's gonna happen. But he does believe that, hey, I think Jake and them will all be friends when it's all said and done.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. Fuck, boy. They love Jake's ass, man. They giving his son a payday, giving his son some spotlight.
Yeah, it's like having that like that weird stepchild that no one really knows what's going on with, but then someone finally gives him away. You're like, all right, yeah.
They coming to get his ass. Come adopt him, head ass. Oh man.
Then there was what else? Let me see. I had some other news just to bring up about, because I'm telling you, the social media antics has been all-time high. What was it? Oh, Tommy Fury laughed off Jake Paul's shit talking, and he said that guy just can't fight. Like, I don't know. I just think it's hilarious. And then Jake Paul and Tommy Fury earlier, this was 6 hours ago today, as we're recording on Tuesday, February 21st, he said, the money's really good. This is what Jake Paul said. The money's really good, so he's been forced into this. Molly was probably like, I'm tired of being the breadwinner. You're going to see his girlfriend cry once I knock him the fuck out. He's unconscious.
Damn. That boy Jake be ruthless with it, boy. Be talking about his baby, his girl. Man, that boy Tommy. I mean, who knows, man? That might make Tommy fold. Can he handle the lights? We seen Jake handle the lights.
Main event, all his cards so far.
He's got filled arenas. I mean, he got at least fans in the arena. I don't know about filled, but
he's been to an arena.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying.
What about
but
Tommy? Like, I know how you feel about Tommy, but as a boxer, is there anything that he's shown in his 8 fights coming up the as what people would say the traditional boxing way? Like everyone clowns Jake Paul for all the MMA and YouTube shit, and like so Tommy Fury is the boxer to restore everything. So he's came up traditionally. Anything to point out?
I'm gonna say Jake Paul has the better resume, honestly. When you add up the total wins and losses from both guys' resumes, Jake's guys are like, I can't give you an exact number, but there it's way more positive than what the fuck
he's fought winners.
Tommy got like over 100 losses and like only like 20 wins on like all of his fights or all of his opponents added up. But Tommy got some weak shit, bruh. Like he got like 4 fights against guys with 0 wins. And like come on, man. Like people want to get on Jake Paul for fighting. Like I understand the Ben Askren, but I feel like his big sloppy body ass was just not taking that shit serious. But fuck him for that. But all the other guys, I feel are like at least Woodley and Silva, bro. Those 2 guys alone, I feel like would do work to guys that Tommy was fighting. You know what I mean? Like Tommy's resume.
Silva in a boxing ring against the 8 opponents Fury has beaten, and wins all.
Yeah, they might be old MMA guys, but they are also respected fighters in the game, so they know how to prepare for a training camp. They know how to go in there at least. And Woodley put it on Jake, and so did Silva. So like, and he fought back. But you know what I'm saying. But back to Tommy, man. Like the best thing I can say about Tommy is like he's like more of a boxer because I give the power to Jake. You know what I mean? Like I'll give the power on Jake's side, even though Tommy's like swole. It's like fake muscles or something because he got no pop to him.
He got the BBL.
Yeah, bro, fake ass muscles. So I don't know what he got going on because he doesn't really got pop to him. He's more of like box around the ring. He's gonna be more on his like, you know what I'm saying, more on his feet. And Jake Paul's gonna have to try to cut off the ring on that. And like, it's hard to really. I didn't watch too much of Tommy's fights, but what I have seen is just guys that don't look too talented, he's going to the distance with, or you know what I mean, or he's not knocking
his last 3 fights went to decision.
Yeah, so like he hasn't really shown growth or too much growth at least, and that's what I can say about Jake Paul, and that's what I like to preach about Jake is you can see the growth in each of his fights of like little things, like little mechanics of his like game, and like you know what I'm saying, if it's his countering or just like setting up punches or just I don't know. You know, I haven't really seen that in Tommy. I haven't seen Tommy like do too much. So like that, I think it is going to be an even fight on that part. But I don't know. There's not too much to really guess about Tommy. But I do think he's going to be looking more to box Jake, not really knock him out. I mean, he might try to because of the fucking antics and shit. But
this is the final test for me. Not even final test, but just like if Jake wins this fight, this is the last person. We saw him beat up a YouTuber. All right, cool. Then he moved on to Nate Robinson. Oh, it was a basketball player, 5'9". Okay, cool. Then they brought in Ben Askren. Then we're like, okay, well, he's a fucking wrestler. You're not doing this to boxers. All right, and then he goes to fight Tyron Woodley, former champion. Again, wrestling base. He had a heavy hand, but he's not a boxer. Okay, then we moved to Anderson Silva, arguably GOAT of the MMA world, and has boxing experience. He's beaten former world champion Chavez Jr. So that was exciting. He got a unanimous decision over him. Completely looked like he won that fight. And now the last test is a legitimate boxer. And that's this 8-0 guy, prospect in his prime, literally 2 years younger than Jake Paul. He's 23, I believe, to Jake Paul, or 24, I think, to Jake Paul. He's 26. So if he beats him, at least everyone can shut the fuck up on the whole, like, oh, he can't do it to a boxer. Because then they're going to move the goalpost even further of like, oh, he's not doing it at a world champion level. Well, then at this point, you're considering him a boxer, because that's what all boxers are doing, is trying to go to a world championship level.
Facts.
So that's what I'm like. If he wins this fight, there's no more. Oh, he's not a boxer. Like I feel like there's all that. Like, and he's grown on me. Like, god damn it, Marcus, this motherfucker from Ohio talking shit. He trains
Well,
his off. He really be in there. Work.
When
I
what
him, and I see the videos of work.
What flipped my switch was when after I think leading up to the Ben Askren fight is when like because I started listening to interviews and I realized I was like the way he was just talking about boxing and the way like at first it started as like that YouTube twirl shit when like Logan was doing it too, but then like
started as a money thing.
Yeah, obviously, but when you in the gym, bro, and you're in the gym every day and you're around all the guys, bro, like he naturally fell in love with the game of boxing. And like you can tell, bro. And like, I think he just got hooked to the game or hooked to the grind of getting better. And then like obviously you got people talking shit in your ears saying you can't do that. Why would you do that? He's the type like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And that is what I fuck with him so hard. Cause that puts motivation in me, bro. Like that, I feel like when you look at it like that, it's hard to really hate on dude because he's only doing it because people are telling him that he can't do it. It's the only reason why he's boxing, bro. He's doing it because people keep telling him like, "Oh, you're not a boxer. Like, you got to only do boxing the certain traditional way." And like, I get that he's probably like skipping over like a lot of guys that do deserve certain shots, but at the same time, bro, he brings in hella money and hella eyes on the game. He's growing the game. He's putting people on his
eyes are watching the Badou Jack and Makabu fight just because it's on this card. I would say
exactly. So he's created a whole promotion company. He's becoming a real promoter. Like he's doing real deals behind doors. Like he's made deals with Eddie Hearn to get Amanda Serrano in the Garden. Like there's like so much shit you could tell he takes the game serious. He's not just doing it just to be a fucking like Salt Poppy and shit. Like he's not on that type of timing.
Don't come at Salt Poppy now, bro. Salt Poppy got some hands.
So he Jake be like that. But like I just feel like there's a difference when it comes to Jake Paul, and like you can see the grind, bro. You look at his film, you see him his progression of each fight, and like he's taking it serious. He has real serious camp. He has real teams with him. He spars real fighters. Like that to me, that sounds like you're a real boxer, bro. So it does. I get that there's people that do deserve it, but they don't got the clout, or they don't generate the same money.
See it
as
in
Jake
UFC
Paul
all the time, bro. People get the Dana White treatment. You just happen to have more fans, have more people. Look at Sean O'Malley, bro. He just skipped from like 14th in the division to second just because he got.
Or even technically, Jose Masvidal had like he's the pay-per-view star, but has he even been a champion?
Never. Just a journeyman.
So it's like,
but he had the clout.
Can you imagine that in boxing, bro?
Conor McGregor hasn't fought in like 2.5 years, but he's coming back off of a
and he's gonna wipe out numbers. He's gonna wipe numbers
to be the tough coach this year and to fight Michael Chandler and like the biggest thing of the year. Like you get that treatment when you have that clout. Ryan Garcia could go into therapy for 2 years and come back and be a main event. It just happened.
And Ryan Garcia still hasn't even won a belt in the ring. So I guess that is the closest guy to UFC vibe. Like he hasn't really won a belt in a ring, and he's like one of the biggest stars, but that's because he comes with a lot of clout and he makes a lot of money. So you can't really. That's just the way the game is going nowadays, man.
Well, let's get into the nitty gritty real quick. This is the picks, not the picks, but these are the odds right here.
Aren't the odds kind of close?
Jake Paul minus 165. Favorite. Tommy Fury plus 135 underdog. Jake Paul's the favorite here. Again, it's going to be an 8-round fight. Tommy Fury's first fight. Jake Paul's done a couple 8-rounders. So they're both in their prime. Jake Paul's 26. Tommy Fury's 23, like I said. So about 3 years, not a full 3 years because there's only a couple months in between. But I think they're weighing in at 185 to be sure. They both, I believe, can make the weight. Both are going to be about the same size fight day. So it's like all those questions are to be fulfilled this Saturday. Who's your pick? How do you see it? Is there a finish? Does it go the distance? Let me hear it.
I'm gonna say my prediction, and then I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So, so I'm gonna obviously I'm over here gassing the fuck out of fucking Jake Paul, so we obviously know who the fuck I'm going for. So I'm going with Jake, but I think he's gonna get a knockout
Ooh.
in the.
Only 8 rounds now.
I think he's gonna get it in 7. And I think that's why he pushed this fight for 8, because he knows that Tommy is a bigger dude. He's gonna want to try to box. So Jake Paul's gonna have to try to close the gap, use that power he has, because Jake do got pop, bro. I don't get why people acting like Jake don't got pop. He has power, and he got more power than Tommy. So I think he's gonna have to close the gap. But I don't think it's gonna be like one of those like beating his ass and knock him out in the first or second round. So like I do think it will be a little back and forth, or like there might be a measuring point of like Jake trying to get it, like, you know, take information in, or even Tommy. Like it might just be back and forth in the beginning. But I do think Jake's gonna get that knockout, man. But I wanted to ask you, do you like it to go? What's the over under? Is
6.5 rounds.
So that's what I was gonna ask you. I guess I'm taking the over.
I'm gonna take the over, also over 6.5. My biggest thing is I just not too sure. Tommy, I know Jake Paul got some pop to him, but he wasn't able to knock out Anderson Silva, who was a lot older. But Silva also think it's a lot bit more slick than what Tommy Fury I'm expecting. I think Fury's gonna be a lot more flat-footed, so he might get caught with a couple more shots.
He might get caught with a fatter shot.
But Fury's bigger than Anderson Silva too, so it's just like I don't know if Jake Paul can really chin him. He might knock him down, but I just don't know if he can really knock him out.
Yeah, facts.
And then it's onto the question of who do I think is going to win those rounds? Who do I think is going to win more rounds when it comes down to it? And I think I don't know, because Fury can tag up some people, but then it's like Jake Paul might land a better shot on the exit.
Right.
This might really be a really close fight. And I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go real wild, bro. I think it's gonna be a fucking draw. And they're gonna set up for a fucking rematch.
Nah, bro, if it's a draw, bro, I'm just gonna hear rigged.
Plus 900 odds. Give me a draw. 9-1.
Damn, bro, if you call it, bro, you're part of the rigged.
They know my bet's going in. But if it doesn't, then if it isn't a draw, I just think I just can't hop off the Paul train. Like he's grown on me. The fact that when I saw that video of him in the lab with the weights on his legs and he's doing the wall sits and he's just like his legs are just gone, bro. He's still holding that bitch and holding it. I was like, okay, he really be working. Like
did you watch the ESPN or the top rank? They dropped like 5 episodes. I forget what it's called, but it's like the same shit UFC be dropping, but they dropped it for the
like the countdown type shit. I ain't watching.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna tune in now.
Yeah, it's probably the same clip you're talking about, because I've been seeing the same little clips on Twitter. But you should go check it out, bro, because it just shows him in training camp and shit. I'm like, dude be putting in that work, bro, and he got a good team around him too.
And that's why I think he talks the way he talks. Is because when someone's working that hard, they truly believe in the things they're saying. Like you have to speak that shit into existence. And like some people don't understand that. And that's what Jake Paul, at first I thought he was as a YouTuber talking shit until I realized, no, he really working. Like when someone's behind the scenes working harder than everybody else, they will talk a certain way because where their mountaintop stops is not where your mountaintop stops. And they're going to go.
It's like law of attraction, bro. It's like whatever that energy he's putting out there, is that good energy he's gonna get back. And I feel like he talks like that, one, to catch your eye and get you talking about Jake Paul, and then 2, he's just like when you putting that out there, bro, that's gonna be your future, bro. Like that's just how it works, bro. And I feel like he knows that, and like he be doing like, bro, when you watch those videos of him working out, there'd be like he be in the sauna, just repeating to himself he's gonna knock out Tommy Fury on this date. And he just keeps repeating that to himself. I'm like, bro, he's just putting that in his head. He's just envisioning
Meanwhile,
it.
Tommy Fury's at the bar till 2, 3 in the morning with the ladies. So like
What fake muscles?
with
Fucking
fake muscle. They got the SpongeBob.
yeah, Jake got the fucking Johnny Bravo head ass.
No.
Nah, but man, shit, honestly, win, lose, draw, no matter what happens with Jake, bro, I'm gonna be still on the Jake Paul chain because I feel like Jake just really fucks with boxing, and just because he takes the L, which was suck bad, but I'm still gonna rock with you because that shit. I fuck with people that love and genuinely that love the sport, and like that's what I see, you know.
So we both picked Jake Paul. I'm also gonna throw something up. Fight to go to distance -125. Basically a pick and mod right there. So I'm gonna take that bet. And before we head out, I'm gonna talk on what Jake Paul spoke on with the future of the rest of his year, what he's setting up for this year, because he also signed with the PFL with the super fight category stuff. Don't forget that boy's doing things. So Jake Paul will box Tommy Fury, win or lose. He said he win, but even if he loses, I think this option's still on the table. He fights Nate Diaz one time in the boxing ring. So he said he's offering him a lot of money. There's a lot of money out there in the contract for this, and in a follow-up fight in the octagon. And that's where I think PFL will come in. That would be the people. Now Nate Diaz is a free agent. He can go to PFL for that. And then he said he wants to fight KSI in November time and get him that. He said KSI is going to pay me all that money to knock him unconscious. Like it'll be a robbery. And I'll do that in November just like he wants. So that's what his plan is. I think that's a very realistic plan. If I was to bet on what happens this year, that would be the plan to follow, except for when this fight ends in a draw and he has to squeeze in another Fury fight before the Nate Diaz venture.
Bro, how realistic is it that he gets in the octagon?
Very realistic, because I've seen him training the BJJ. He has a wrestling background. I know it's just high school, but some UFC fighters don't come in with like any wrestling background. So like at least he has.
But even high school wrestling though, he still knows what it takes to grind at being a wrestler. So at least he knows the basics.
Logan Paul was
soup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just has to be like, you tell me they weren't wrestling a lot and they grew up wrestling fans. Like I know no one ever talked about his high school experience, but I'm pretty sure if he would have put his mind to it, he could have been just as great as Logan in a smaller weight class. So that's why exactly. I think he could really be nice, and he's already doing the steps in BJJ. Like I'm just like he knows what he's doing, and you don't have the weight advantage on Nate Diaz. That'd be fun to watch.
Bruh, if he does that, bruh, I'm not letting anyone talk shit on my dog, bruh.
He's not fighting at 185 against an actual 185er. Like he's not gonna go up against like a Marvin Vettori or some shit or Alex Pereira, but he would fight.
Bruh, he would die.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nate Diaz is 170, who has to go.
And Nate Diaz will be older.
Yeah, he's smart. He's smart for that fight. I think he'll fight at 170 years, because for now at least, until he gets into like real fight.
Oh my, bro, that would be insane to see Jake Paul going in the octagon. That shit would make me laugh. Bro, that's what he's gonna be doing, bro. People are pushing him, bro. It's all the haters. Jake Paul just needs more time, bro. He's going to keep proving people wrong. He just needs more time. People trying to rush it.
And then next year, he hasn't said it yet, but he might go become champion of the Slap League.
The Slap League. If I gets a belt at the Slap League, the PFL League, gets the WBC belt. Who the fuck is
then a WWE belt to ring it out?
Yeah, go get tag team belts with Logan. Fuck wrong with you.
Oh no, bro.
Nah, bro. Did you see that one, Jake? Jake threw a punch in the WWE, bro. That shit looked horrible. That just shows it's hard to be a WWE wrestler, bro. That shit looked so. Yeah, bro. That shit was not a good one. That shit looked bad. But shit, man, y'all tune into this fight. It's gonna be a banger. Look, I think it's gonna be exciting, and I think it's gonna be a lot of people watching. It's during the day. It's not gonna be a late fight. Yeah, so I think Twitter might be jumping. I think people are gonna be tuned in. It's gonna be on ESPN pay-per-view. So that's gonna be. I wanna see what kind of numbers he does. I think it might do decent.
Sunday at noon, and that's kind of not super early. It's not like no Japanese event, but
I think the card starts at noon, so the fight's probably gonna be at like 4.
okay. Oh, that's even better. Get a nice little lunchtime. Be at the bar.
Yeah, because I mean that's how it was for the. I'm just thinking of Anthony Joshua
Usyk.
and yeah, so like that's how it used to be for them when they fought over
Hey,
there.
and they had a crazy ring stage set up, like going to the ring. So like, Saudi Arabia's gonna bring a show. So we got the cruiserweight. I'm on Makabu. He's on Jack. We're both on Jake Paul. He sees the knockout in the 7th. I see it going the distance. And we're not on Jake Paul. We're both. I got the draw. I keep forgetting. I'm taking the draw. I just think Jake Paul's the better fighter.
It was just switched up.
Nah, so I got the draw, big odds, plus 900. I'm actually gonna bet that shit too, because I'm gonna be super living this shit. I'm gonna be like, bro, boxing's corrupt, this motherfucker.
Nah, bro, I'm calling you as soon as that shit goes through. When they say draw, I'm like, nah, Paul's part of this, bro.
I had to make the necessary calls, bro.
That boy's Eddie Hearn.
Hey, I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to be like Mauricio. All right, I'm trying to get.
Hey, bro, people got so
Mauricio Escobar. I want to say
we low key skipped over that WBC ranking shit, but that shit got people mad, bro. That shit crazy.
Cruiserweight dead, man. No one like.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, who are you gonna put above? Like, at least, come on, like, fuck it, might as well. But he's not going in the top 10. It's just he's being ranked, so it's like, well, you guys don't got to
be like fucking 52nd, bro. No one knows.
Or they also they're looking at it like he's fighting for the WBC belt fucking 2 months from now. Like,
hey,
it's
don't
not.
Get me wrong. Now, Mauricio would bring out a belt for my.
Mauricio is gonna make a new belt for.
Yeah,
Jake.
that's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. There will be a belt eventually for Mauricio. For
this. We're gonna call the Jake Paul belt WBC.
Yeah. He didn't have the BMF belt like Jorge.
I think WBC gave him a belt already. That fucking color.
So I think when he beat Anderson Silva, he got a belt.
Yeah, see, but like
he got more belts than Tommy Fury, bro. And this is how they slice the cakes.
Coming out the gates hot.
But yeah, we gotta head out on y'all boys. But yeah, Saturday, stay tuned. Saturday evening, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. We'll see y'all boys there. We broke it down for you. If y'all didn't know, well now y'all know.
Measurements, plug here, 11 men, passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you could call them boy crap. Man, this gang got rules, man, you better watch your passes. This ain't not new, and see some accent, all I say is true. You better stop your capping, lacking really your ass all in